Hello, besties. Welcome back to my podcast. My name is Oge. I'm the host. Today, I'm excited to be joined by an incredible guest who has truly inspiring migration journey. She's originally from Nigeria. She built her career as a quantity surveyor before making the life-changing move to Australia with her husband and her child. In this episode today, we'll be talking about our relocation experience, the challenges and opportunities she encountered, how she navigated the transition to a new country, and the lessons she learned along the way. Please join me in welcoming my guest to the show.
Thank you very much for the welcome. Thank you. And I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, so do you want to introduce yourself just so people can know you, your name, where you're originally from, just anything about yourself that would help.
Okay. My name is Ifenywa Linda Ebu, and I'm
Yes,
originally from Nigeria, West Africa. A quantity surveyor by profession, a mother. I migrated to Australia with a child, but now I have two more. So, mother to 3 kids. I still have my profession, my hobby, and yeah, that is me.
Yeah, beautiful. So, welcome, Linda. Linda is my friend. We've been friends for like 3 decades, right? And
Yeah.
so I know most things about Linda, but then, for the purpose of this podcast, she will be, explaining and telling us and guiding us about things, about moving to Australia and the challenges that she faced with, relocation, challenges, the culture shock and everything on this podcast today. So you want to stick with us and watch till the end, guys. All right. So Linda, what were you doing in Nigeria before relocating, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, in Nigeria I was a quantity surveyor and have worked in several places from consulting to working with contractors. But before I left, I was working with a consultant firm in Abuja as a senior quantity surveyor before I left. So yeah, I was still doing my profession before I moved to Australia.
Well, thank you. And how long were you a quantity surveyor for?
You mean before I left or now?
No, before you left.
Okay, I think I left school 2000 and I can't even remember, when did we leave school?
Yeah, 2010.
Oh, 2010. Yeah. So I've been a quantity surveyor since 2011, and I made the move 2018. So yeah, you can do the calculation. That should be roughly 7 years, I guess. 7 years as a quantity surveyor in Nigeria before we made the move.
Okay. And so what made you start thinking about moving abroad?
I never had the intention of moving abroad. I felt I was doing good for myself. And all of a sudden, as a quantity surveyor, most times we don't get to touch our salaries. It's always the personal job, we call it PP, that would do for people. And at a time, all this personal job stopped coming. There was a change in government, and all this personal job and all this extra job we get by the side stopped coming in. And I said to myself, I really don't think I am still seeing my future here. And my husband too, we just felt, let's just make the move. Let's go and try something somewhere else. And yeah, that was it.
And why did you choose Australia?
Why Australia?
Yeah.
We actually had the option of Australia and Canada. So I had friends who were quantity surveyor who had moved to Canada. And as at then, I don't have anyone in Australia. But my husband has someone in Australia. And it made it sound to us like, oh my God, it was so easy to move to Australia. And we prefer the weather in Australia to that of Canada. So it was easy for us. You know what? Canada is very cold. Australia has almost the same weather as Nigeria. So we just leaned towards Australia. And then Australia it was.
Okay. Do you want to share with us you want to walk us through your relocation journey step by step? What happened? How did you do it? Did you use an agent or you did it yourself?
No.
Let's
Okay.
hear.
I am going to try my possible best to explain the step by step. You don't need an agent if you have the time, the internet, if you have the luxury of time. Australian migration is pretty forward. If you can read everything on the website, it's not really hard. Though I had someone from the inside that was guiding me, but then the person was not even a quantity surveyor. So what we had to do was, okay, we want to move. How do we move? We want to move by skilled migration. My occupation as a quantity surveyor, we checked the list. It was in there. My husband as a civil engineer was in the skill list. Then we said to ourselves, okay, one person can actually do this thing. And we decided I was going to be the one because my husband was always moving in and out. And I was like, okay, you know what? You continue with your job. I was going to do the skill. And what is the next step? We went to the migration site. We have checked the skill list. The assessing body for quantity surveyor. What do we need? It says as that time, that was 2000. We made a move 2018. No, 2019. But we started the process 2017. Because I got to know about Australia when I was pregnant. So I said to myself, okay, you know what? I'm just going to hold on a bit when I have the baby and then I will start again. I already knew what was required. So the first thing was get your IELTS done. The IELTS, which one will I do? Is it the academic or the general? When you check the website, it's clearly stated the general. It's clearly stated the points you need. For skill assessment, as at then, I think you need to have just 6 all through. But if you want extra points for the visa, is a different thing. So as at then, I told myself, okay, I want to go for the skill assessment. What am I aiming for? I was aiming to just have 7 all through, so I can at least have points for the visa thing. So I went, wrote the IELTS, passed the IELTS, got all the necessary documents. Yes, I was lucky to be one of those that did the IELTS once. Yeah, so I did it once and I passed the IELTS. And what was the next thing? The skill assessment. The skill assessment for quantity surveyor, because when you check the list, you will see the body assessing each occupation. So the one relevant for my profession was AIQS, Australian Institute of Quantity Surveyor. So I went and checked what do they need. Then you need to submit your work experience. You need to submit, pardon me if I cannot remember everything fully, but there are a list of documents that is stated on the website. Just go to the website and get everything ready. So I got all those documents ready. The ones that need to be signed, got them signed off by the necessary authority, and I sent it back to AIQS. The good thing was the person we had on the inside was someone that was encouraging. Oh, you have done your IELTS. In the next 3 months, you will see yourself in Australia. And we believed it. But then, if he had told us that it took long, maybe we would have been discouraged. But because we felt, oh, this is near. Okay, let me get this done. So I did the assessment and the assessment was positive. So when you do the assessment and the assessment is positive, then you move to the next stage, the expression of interest. Are we good?
Yeah.
So I did the expression of interest and I think I submitted in 2 places, New South Wales or Orana to be precise, and Queensland. there is this thing when you check the website, they have how they calculate the points. As at then, the point was 60. So how they calculate the points was when you have 7 in your IELTS, that is 10 points. If you have 20, that is 20 points. Your age has a certain point. Your education has a certain point.
Wow.
So you just go through the points testing and know where you are sitting at. If you feel you don't have enough points, you check other things that can give you points. Some people get extra points from their spouse.
Yeah.
My husband was a civil engineer, but when I checked my points, it was just okay. It doesn't need to do IELTS or English. So we went ahead with my own points. I got nomination from the 2 places. I had done my expression of interest. And when you get the nomination does not mean visa. The nomination just means, oh, we have seen you and we want you. So we are nominating you. So when you get nomination, it's another point because I got nomination from a regional area, Queensland then. So yeah, I had the points and then we applied for visa. And that was when the waiting was really, really tough. Yes. So something we thought would take us 3 months actually took us from 2017 to 2019.
2 years.
When we actually moved. Yes. Yes.
Okay, but then within
so
that
it's
period,
a step.
getting back to you, right? You were being, asked to do something, maybe write some documents, something like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna break it down.
Okay.
Within that period, I did my IELTS. So when I did my assessments, it took them 4 months.
Okay.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I did my assessments, it took them 4 months to get back to me. So when they got back to me, I had to put expression of interest. It took some more months for us to get the nomination.
Wow.
So when you get the nomination, then you need to prepare for the visa. And the visa now is the real thing. Because you need to get all your documents right.
Right.
At this stage, it's not just the assessment. You need to prove to them everything that gave you points. You need to prove it. So I had points in my age. I need to prove my age. I got points with my academic. I need to prove the academic. I got points with my experience. That's the real deal. You need to prove that you really have this experience. And as at then, they went as far as calling the people I have worked with to really inquire. So here is where you have to submit all the documents, your offer letter, your payslip, the tax and everything we really don't take serious in Nigeria. Like you need to prove to them you have this experience. So, but if you are able to prove all these things, then you don't have any issues. It's just a straightforward thing. So from the expression of interest and the nomination took a while, like 3 or 4 months also, and then the visa. So we put in for the visa application. They're going to get back to you to do the medicals and every other thing you need to do. And then you wait. So in my own case, I got a CO contact. What they call a CO contact is when they pick up your case and the case officer review your case as it may be. I think that's the right word, review your case. And I think whosoever it was not convinced enough. And then we got a contact for us to further prove that I had the work experience I claimed I had. So getting all those extra documents they had requested for took extra time. So the waiting time from the visa itself to when we got the grant, we call it grants when you got when you get the visa, took like 7 months waiting.
Okay.
And
so
this waiting period.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
from the visa for myself. But this is just for me. Some people are very fast. They get it within 3 months. Some it varies. It depends on you and your luck. So, but for me, it took me 7 months to get the visa.
Thank you for sharing that, Linda. And so, what part of the process was the most difficult?
The most difficult is actually the waiting time.
Yeah.
You know, when you have the hope, you've done the visa and you're thinking, oh, in 1 month, you already see yourself in Australia. And each morning, I remember I would just wake up and check my mail, keep refreshing my mail. It was difficult.
Okay, so what mistakes should people avoid during the process?
During the process, make sure that all your documents says the same thing.
Yeah. We see.
And I advise people, there's no point trying to do mago. Make sure you are consistent. If you are putting any story out there, make sure you are consistent with it. Some people will graduate 2011 and then they will be providing a document saying they have even the experience when they are still in school.
Yeah, right.
Make sure you are consistent with whatever you put out there.
Okay. So, I think I was going to ask you, if someone is starting today, what should they focus on first? What should I think? Yeah.
As a quantity surveyor, if you want to start a project, what do? You dream of it. So if you want to start this migration process, you really need to have the passion and the hunger for it. Nobody will do it better than you. Why am I saying this? I have lots of people that will just tell you, oh, I want to migrate. I'm like, oh, good. These are the process. Oh, can't I just pay someone? No. You cannot just pay someone. If you want something and you hunger for something, find the time for it. Make the time. Even if you're using an agent will not do it more than you. So even if you're using an agent, make sure you have, I think they call it this mirror account, so that you can check and make sure there's no mistake. Any mistake from the agent can cost you. And you know how much the visa fee is now. So if you want to start now, make sure this is what you want to do. Give it all the time that it needs. And believe me, it is worth every time spent, every money spent.
Yeah. So I was going to talk about the cost of relocation. And I know that when you travel, it's been like 10 years ago, right? So it's different now. So, of course, and all that. So, but then do you want to talk about, the finance?
What I normally say to people, it's not up to 10 years I've been here. I think it's roughly 7 years I have been here. Yeah, but I always say, do not just check the lump sum, because if I tell you the money spent from the beginning to the end, it scares people away. So I say, take it step by step.
Yeah.
But then know that it is something you are capable of. Not that you have 100,000 and migration. You are going to spend more than that and you're looking for someone that would dash you. No, you know how much you have, but don't think about it as a whole. Just go step by step. What's the first thing I need to do? IELTS. How much does IELTS cost? This is the amount. Go for it. How much does the assessment cost? This is it. After assessment, what is the next thing? Expression of interest or whatever. How much does it cost? Just go bit by bit, bit by bit. Don't think of, if you think of the old money, you're going to get discouraged. But whatever amount you spend on migration is worth it.
Worth it. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's move on with the, you moving with the family, right?
Yeah.
How did your husband feel about the relocation?
Oh, we were in it together. We decided to, so we were in it together.
Yeah.
And we decided to move together. Yeah.
And how old were your child when you moved?
My child was just 2 years. 2 years, and when we moved, that's my first child was 2 years when we moved, and yeah, it's
You
9 years
like it?
old. 9 years old.
Oh,
He
it's
didn't
9
like
now.
it. Then,
Yeah.
then I really do not understand his emotion. So I'm not gonna say he liked it, because he really had a good life back at home. He had friends back at home. You know how it is with your relatives, the people in the school. Yeah, but when we moved, this is what happened. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know if you're still gonna touch it or I should just dive into it. When we moved, my son was talking. He was a very happy boy. But when we moved, that is one thing we did not plan for. It was a total different thing. And unfortunately for us, we just moved 2019. Yes, just before COVID. And COVID happened. So we were not even able to go out. We were secluded. So he lost his voice. My son that was talking stopped talking. And it took us a while, speech therapy, to bring him back. Initially, it was showing some reaction, which now we knew it must have been some sort of demonstration or agitation, like, what is happening? I'm no longer seeing my cousin. I don't see the people who understands me. He was angry. He thought we were coming for vacation. He was happy initially. Mommy, let's go. And after a while, he would say, Mommy, when are we going back home?
So you had to go through the speech therapy, and that was the adjustment you had to make relocating to Australia. Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of people have their stories, but that is mine. My son lost his voice. And another thing was, Australia is a English-speaking country. But when I came in, I realized, I told myself, I speak good English. But how come I can't understand what these people are saying? So it took me a while to realize or to understand that the same way we have our pidgin English, they do have their own English. I understand some people, but I find it's really hard to communicate with the local. So I had like a language barrier, which took a while for me to adjust to.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe why people might not notice. Like I said, I'm a quantity surveyor construction, but when I came, I did not start as a quantity surveyor. I started with other jobs before I moved back to my profession. In my other jobs, I am not dealing with the elites. Let me put it that way. So I'm dealing with the ordinary people.
Okay, yeah.
Even in construction, you're dealing with the laborer. It's just like in Nigeria when you're dealing with the locals and those who are well educated. So that is just the difference. Then I realized that, oh, okay, the ones I could understand clearly are the ones I see in bank. When they talk in radio station, I understand them perfectly. But when I'm dealing with the ordinary person, the English is different. And if you need to give instruction on site, you're speaking to the normal person, and then you're speaking something like, what they say? I'm like, but I'm speaking English. No, you're not. But
Okay. Was there a moment? Was there any moment you felt like it was overwhelming, or emotionally your journey was just too overwhelming for you? Was there any moment like that?
When you mean the journey, do you mean before coming here or when I arrived in Australia?
When you arrived. So was there any moment you felt overwhelmed?
When I arrived, I literally wanted to go back.
Yeah.
Because when I came in, what I did not mention was I came in with pregnancy. So I still came in with the mentality from Nigeria that as a pregnant person, you cannot walk. So someone that is used to walking, stay at home and not working, I nearly ran mad. And then I was pregnant, I had my baby, no support. It was tough. I wanted to go back, but then we had few friends that came around, and I said to myself, if we have made this decision, just hang in. And the reality is, when you come in, it's not just all bed of roses, but it keeps getting better every day. It keeps getting better every day. It's not as if you're going to come and everything will be so. No. Initially, it's tough, but when you settle in, you can see, let me put it like, you can dream and achieve whatever it is you dream of. So it keeps getting better day by day.
Yeah, I agree. That's my story as well. Everybody has a story anyway. So
Yeah, sure.
What do you miss? What do you miss most about Nigeria?
Oh God. Like, I can't believe you're asking me this question. What do I miss about where I spent most of? I missed everything.
Yeah.
I miss the workplace culture.
Nigeria.
In Nigeria, you could be yourself. Yes. You know how you could make jokes. Like, you just literally make joke and you don't have to think of what you say. But here, my dear sister,
Nigeria is stressful.
In Nigeria, I stayed in Abuja.
Maybe in Abuja though, but in Lagos,
no, I did not. No. I think we've had this discussion. Like, Lagos was just a no for me. So I stayed in Abuja. So life was sweet. Site was interesting. I had the best boss. Even the contractor I was working with, very good friends. We will hang out and go and have amala. It cannot happen here. It cannot happen here.
The difference, how different is life in Australia compared to Nigeria.
The truth is, when you come here, when it comes to the working setting, you have to unlearn a lot of things. First, I had issues. As someone with 7 years experience, I had issues trying to get into the industry because I did not have the local experience. But when I managed to get into the industry, I said, PP, I told you that a lot of personal job. There's nothing like personal job, my dear sister. Or, for now, I might be wrong. Maybe some other people are getting. But for now, you do your job. You know how much you are earning per hour. No extra is coming anywhere. But it's not the same in Nigeria. You know what I'm talking about in Nigeria? Yeah. So you need to understand boundary, professional boundary. And with co-worker, just like I said, you can be most of my friends are people I've worked with. But here, work is work. Before you make joke, you're asking yourself, I hope they don't see it as offensive.
Yeah.
So you want to talk and your head is calculating and sieving out, like the whole stress. But in Nigeria, somebody is messing up and you're telling the person, babe, you dey mess up or you dey fuck up big time. But here you have to be diplomatic and like, you're doing a good job. You could just.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So what surprised you the most after arriving? What was the surprise that you had?
The surprise, like a cultural shock or something?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, could be.
We do not really know the value of what we have until arriving here. I appreciate my African heritage much more. I begin to see things differently. My personal opinion. I begin to realize that the things we look back at home and we're like, wow, this is beautiful. Back at home, we could actually make them much more beautiful. And they're actually much more beautiful.
Yeah.
So I appreciate who I was, who I am, and who I am still going to become. And I don't intend to lose touch of my originality, where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Regardless of what
Right.
what this place has to offer. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel more professionally valued in Australia, of course,
Mm.
compared to Nigeria?
Mm. Okay. In Nigeria, like I said, I was in a high place,
Mm.
and now I have to start all over.
Mm.
That is my story. Some people are lucky to just still get in and continue, but I had to start all over. But then, the thing here is, you get all the support you need.
Mm-hmm.
In my own place of work, I'm not speaking general. I've had people who venture into the professional world and opted out and like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna stick. Yes. But I think God favored me. I'm in a good place with good people and a good supervisor.
Yeah.
So the professional valued, with the people I work with, I feel heard, I feel seen, and whatever option or whatever thing I come up with is being looked into and being implemented. So I
Yeah.
would say yes. But one thing here is, whatever you need to know it and know it well for you to stand out. You cannot be a mediocre. If you're a mediocre, nobody will say it to your face, but they're going to frustrate you out. But once they know that you know what you are doing, then you think you'll be fine. Just be good at whatever it is you choose to do. That's all.
Yeah. Right. And what has been the biggest adjustment living in Queensland?
Living biggest adjustment from Nigeria.
Like,
The biggest adjustment.
you-
I won't really say biggest adjustment because back at home, you know me now, I've always been a one-man person. Like on my own, most of my friend cliques are my colleagues, which are male. So coming to Australia, had few friends, then I realized that I might be wrong. But friendship is just what people can get. Like it's not really it's not real. I don't understand. I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying. So the biggest adjustment for me is just, I meet you at the same level that you decide to meet me.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So would you say the move has been watered so far?
Like I said initially, whatever it is that you spend on migration journey, it is worth every time. Just be patient. Be patient.
Yeah.
And be focused. Don't get carried away. Don't compare yourself with somebody that's been here for 10
Yeah.
years. And reality, just like the Igbo adage we say, "Watato, etocha ichali beya." That's just the thing. So if you're starting today, focus. Focus on why you are here. Don't get distracted. It is worth everything. That's just it. It is worth everything every time you spend. So if you want to start on this journey, start today. Don't procrastinate. It is worth everything. Yeah.
And so let's just random questions though. So
Okay.
what's something like, what is it that nobody tell you about relocation? That's one thing that nobody tells you about.
Nobody tells me that it's gonna be emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be lonely.
Yeah, lonely. I was gonna say that.
You're gonna lose friends. That's just the simple truth, because the truth is the people back at home don't understand you anymore.
Yeah, they think
the people you are meeting here, you are sieving and you are trying to see who is real and who is not real. And
Okay.
then you miss home a lot. And when you go back home, you realize you don't even belong anymore. Your friends and everything have left you and moved on. And then you come here, you're still like, I'm not fully. I don't know how to explain it. So it's just something that I didn't realize that it would happen. Like you are here, you are missing home. But when you go back home, all your
Just want.
friends and everything have moved on. Everybody has moved on.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could get lonely, but if you're lucky to have your family, just focus on whoever shows you love and keep chasing your dream. And move
Yeah.
on with the world too. Yeah, just move on. Do your thing. You always leave a piece of yourself wherever it is that you go to. So everybody will be fine.
Okay. And is there any challenges living in Australia?
The challenge is living in Australia is just that it's very far from home.
Yeah.
That's for me. It's very far from home. And for
How many-
me, if you are willing to unlearn and relearn, you will not have issues. If you come with the Nigerian mentality, hoping that things should be done your way, you might have issues. But if you are humble enough and God has directed your step to meet the right people, you will be fine. If you don't know, ask. Because if you don't ask, you would never know. It's not like Nigeria that they will tell you, oh, you have to, everybody assumes you know until you ask. So don't be afraid to ask. Ask. The worst you could get is a no. And then you will know that, yes, you asked. Keep asking, keep dreaming, and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Yeah, it's true. And if you don't ask, they think that you know, and if you mess it up, they'll be like, oh, like you just.
Sorry, I lost you there for a minute.
Okay, I said like if you don't ask question, like you don't know something and you're doing as if you know it, and they think that. But then if you mess up a project or you mess up a job or something like that, they're like, no, you can't be here. You can't be here.
You know the funniest thing with these people here? Are you there? When you mess up, they would not tell you messed up.
So sometimes they do.
I don't know if you've noticed it.
Your direct manager or something like that.
Even the direct management, they won't tell you messed up. What you start seeing is subtle way of, they're going to frustrate you that you'll be the one to leave. It's not like Nigeria where people are direct with their emotion. They are trying to play safe so you don't sue them. So instead of giving you much job, what they do is what? Take away some job from you, seclude you until you yourself feel. So when you mess up, but one thing is, when they see the eagerness that you really want, and just be open, because our people are always fond of this. Somebody coming from Nigeria will come and take up the role and would apply for the role of a manager. Excuse me? For some people, they will give you, and you won't end up 3 months. You pack yourself and you say, oh, these people are. How do you think you're going to manage these people?
But it depends, though. It depends on the field, right? Depends on the
Yes,
field.
it depends on the field. Yes, please. It depends on the field. Yeah. But when it comes to construction, they have a different building code. They have the specification, and you're just coming from Nigeria and you're just, the people under you are going to frustrate you like, excuse me, you don't even know what you're doing.
Yeah. And that is even if you get the job, because clearly they want you to have a local experience before they can give you a management job.
Yeah, some people are lucky if you package very well, my dear.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then
don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to unlearn, relearn, and ask questions. Be eager for knowledge. Things doesn't have to be your way. Yeah, and that's all. You'll be fine.
Okay. So what misconception do people have about moving abroad?
Misconception. I think it's just that most people think when you move abroad, everything will be fine automatically. No, sorry to disappoint you. You see, the first 6 weeks is gonna be hell.
You said 6 weeks?
If you don't have people, if you have good network, if you have good support system, maybe you have siblings that would have softened the ground for you, fine and good. But in my own case, we knew no one. No one. So it was even hard because you know how these people are on, you need to have rental history.
Yeah.
How would I have a rental history if you have not given me an account? Excuse me, if you know the one from Abuja, I would give you. Oh no, we need local one. Did you know which part did you not read? I just arrived. So where do you want me to?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be
Hard that when you just you're just newly married. Just like in Nigeria, you don't live with your husband until you are married, right? And
Yeah.
even when you guys are married, the rental agreement is just on your husband's name and not your name.
Yeah.
But then the immigration will also want you to prove that you have been living with your husband for, yeah, or like we just got married. Like, okay, you need to
You're
prove.
even using the word husband. Husband is the serious word. Just partner. Use the word partner. Like, how can you be partner and you're not staying together? What are you partnering?
No, we just married. So this thing to show that you guys have been living together, or you have your OTT, your name, both of your names are on there and all that.
Together.
So it's different. The culture is different. So everything.
The culture is different. The culture, everything is different. Yeah, I agree with you. And at times when you have kids, some people just don't want kids messing up their house. So it will be hard. Initially, if you don't have any support here, it's gonna be hard. But no matter how hard it is, I am saying to you, if you survive in Nigeria, you'll be fine here. Just keep pushing. Hold on. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Sometimes it just I think it's okay. I think in Nigeria you've got support. You've got people that can help you out. Just in case when you have your child. When I had my child, mom didn't come because we could not afford it at the time to bring her over. I did everything myself. Sometimes at night I cry because the stress.
Tell me about it, sis.
God,
and
I'm back home then, and I had the child. Because I've got my cousin, I've got many people that will come. I'm just gonna give them the baby and like I want to sleep. She get. And then it's harder here, and when you now have another child on top of your child, like, and when you think about the child care and everything, the bills, it's just so much that you be like.
Yeah. That's why I said initially it keeps getting better and everything is stage by stage. So every stage has its own challenges.
Yeah.
But then if you persist, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm saying does not mean that there will not be any trouble. No. There will be. But if you are strong enough to overcome whatever it is that Nigeria threw at you, then you'll be over fine here. Childcare, people find way around childcare. Like, just like I said, I didn't get my professional work back immediately because we just arrived and I had a child and I was pregnant. So the childcare thing we couldn't afford at that time because we came in with regional visa. So we're supposed to stay in a regional area and we are not entitled to Medicare. So what did we do? Husband work during the day. Myself, I work at night. There is no profession. Okay, let me not use the word no professional. At least in my field, the job is day job. So it's a no for me. I had to pick up youth work. So I was doing the night shifts. So that during the day I'm with the child, at night my husband. So these are just few of the sacrifices you are gonna make.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you are focused and you know what you want to do, now I'm no longer doing the youth work, not because it is bad or anything, because that is not what I wanted to do. That was not my dream. That was not why I made the move. So when I felt that my kids were old enough, kind of, and then we had our papers, so childcare was a bit much more affordable. Then I went in search of my professional job. Yeah, they asked, why do you have career break? Oh, we need local experience. I put in a lot of application. I didn't get anyone. What I resorted to was walking inside the office one by one and telling them, look, I can volunteer if you don't trust me. I kept pushing until I saw a local contractor that was like, okay, what can you do? I'm a quantity surveyor. What do you want me to do? Okay, do this taking up. I'm like, oh, really? Taking off. And when you know what you're doing, when I got the drawing, everything I learned in school came back to me. Everything I've done came back to me, and I sat there, did the takeoff, and gave the guy, and he was like, oh, okay. Do you want to start tomorrow? I'm like, okay, whoa, no. So it's not as if you come and some people are lucky. The kind of anointing everybody has is different. Our journeys are different. So you might be lucky, you get what you want immediately. But if you have like kids, which for women kind of might hinder our career, but then different people with different way of weighing things. For me, my child comes first. My children, then my child. But now my children comes first. So I said, okay, no. I'm going to put my career on hold, mind the kids, and until we are stable a little bit. And when I felt we have gotten to that level, the youth work is sweet. Like, I had good relationship with the kids, even though they are really annoying. Like, there are times I'll be like, I don't blame you. I don't blame you on a condition make a fish bend. And there are times that it's you are impacting and you're happy you're doing something for the society. But when it comes to it, I'm like, no, this is not why I'm here. Now I need to focus back. And when I started from there, then I moved to another place. Just keep moving. Keep pushing. Keep improving yourself. That is it. And when they give you a job, do it so well that even when they have issues with you and they remember that, but forget, that girl, they good, that boy is good, all they can just do is talk.
Yeah.
But when the result shows, we have no other option. So if you know what you want to do, go for it. And don't listen to people. Because when I started saying, I think I need to go back to my career, I had a lot of people saying, yeah, you think we don't want professional work there? This one. No. If I want to be a doctor tomorrow, I only just need to check what do I need to do? Oh, you need to do this one. So here, you can dream and achieve your dream. You can be whatever you want to be. It might just take time and persistence, and maybe just like I did, my husband will drive me around and will submit. You thinking out of the box, and putting yourself out there and having that conversation. Look, I do not have this local experience. I am willing to learn, but this is also what I can also offer in return. And that is it.
That's good. Yeah. So if you could restart the process again, what would you do differently?
If I could restart the process, I am not going to listen to people. Because then they made me believe, it's easier to get a regional visa. Don't even try and apply for PR. But now I ask myself, why did I? A lot of things that we think in Nigeria, because when you come here, and that was why I had that CEO contact. Because the CEO cannot understand why this girl has over 70 points and you're still applying for regional visa. Are you really sure you have this experience? Because then you're like, don't claim for work experience. Then you will not have issues. Your visa will go. So to them, like, you have this experience, so why are you not claiming it? So here, in Nigeria, we are overly humble. Like, I don't want to. But here, this is what you have. You should be proud of what you have. So if you are saying no, then something is wrong. So that was what sent the signal, like something is wrong with this girl. And when I look back, I ask myself, but why on earth did I not claim the experience? It is my experience. I actually work for those experience. So I let people talk me. And maybe if I'd come with the PR, I might have gotten into the industry much more earlier. Like I would have had the privilege. Oh, I didn't even say the story because I did not have Medicare. I paid my nose to have my second child.
Oh.
Like, to bet without this thing is really very expensive. Yeah. So if you know what you have, please be bold enough. Go for it. If you have it truly, not the one that you forged, tell them this and provide it. They are human beings. Do not let people talk you down. Do not let them. Because that's what most of our people do here.
It's good to research for information yourself, because if you listen to citizen,
you don't blame them. Our people at times we can be lazy. These are the information somebody has passed to them. And you know how we have our people have, when you get some information, you'll be saying it with all confidence as if you are the one that got, but this is what you heard from someone. And because you're passing it with so much confidence, you're passing it to another person with so much confidence. And then I'm asking, who started this? Who says it's not going to? Came there, looked, the child cannot go to school, you cannot do so, this one. I went, I'm like, no. This and this and this. I would go in and ask questions and they would tell me, oh yeah, what is it? And then I'll get it done. So do not just listen to what people say. Go out there and do the finding. Go and ask. And the good thing here is, no matter the nonsense question you're asking them, they will still smile at you, be polite, and they will give you the answer. Nobody's going to beat you. That's what I say to myself. What is the worst thing? You're going to laugh at me and say, oh, this black girl, you're not going to remove money from my account. You're not going to beat me. So fine, I'm good. I'll go into there and ask. And that's it.
Yeah. Well. We've answered all the questions, Linda. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So do you have any final thing you just want to, put out there? Any advice you want to give to someone planning to relocate today to Australia? I know it's back then, and I know there will be some changes in the skill.
Yeah, there are lots of changes. Then when I came, it was 489, but now it has changed. If there's something I'll say to you out there, if you're listening, and you feel you want to start this migration journey, I am saying start now. Do not procrastinate. It is getting tougher and harder day by day. Whatever options you have now, go for it.
Yeah.
If it is true, whatever route, legal route, go for it. Do not procrastinate. And just keep holding on and get in there, do your things yourself. Ask people lots of questions. There are lots of groups that would help you in your journey. Research. Talk to people. And then you will get whatever it is that you desire. Just go online now and go and check.
From Nigerian community, did you reach out to any of them? Or did you get any group that you could join, that Nigerians living in Australia or Nigerian living in Queensland? Did you contact anyone from Nigeria, or when you got to Australia, were you able to reach out and maybe
when I realized that it was Australia, I had one person I knew was in Australia, my senior colleague in OAU. So I reached out to him to just see, okay, is this viable? And he gave good words. I'm like, okay, fine. Then I reached out to, I think I went on Telegram. There are lots and lots of WhatsApp group, Telegram group, lots of group. And people would be more than happy to add you in and give you information. I had a group of friends that we have never met, but we are still very good friends. We started this migration journey together. We all met in a group and we'll always give ourselves information. Oh, this is what is happening. Oh, this is what is happening. Those group help you get more information, but then sieve the informations you get. Believe in yourself. And yes, if you know anybody in Australia, feel free, contact them. Contact the people. Oh, sorry?
Did you have to pay to join the group?
No. Totally free. Totally free. I didn't pay a dime. I didn't use an agent. Just group of people. Like the group was people that are passionate. We had the same dream. So we all just came together, and from there it's a big thing. It's a big group now. Yeah, even though I'm really not that active, it's a big group. They'll give you the information. Oh, this is what you need. If you have issues, there are people to help you. Oh, what is your issues? Whatever field you are, there is always somebody in that field, somebody that has walked the step that could hold your hand and guide you. But then you have to do it respectfully and also understand the time difference, because our people are really impatient. They send you a message and they're expecting a reply the next minute. Excuse me, there's 9 hours difference and the person can be at work. Just be patient, be polite. They will definitely help you out. The Australia is very big, as in very massive. So Yoruba people will say oju ọ̀run tó ẹyẹ ń fò. So yeah, just reach out.
Great, you spoke 3 languages on podcast.
Yes, so it's nice.
Thank you. So
No worries.
Chat today.
No.
I think sharing your story, because
My
most times
pleasure.
people about it, they will not want to give you the whole information. They can give you half baked,
Nah.
but I appreciate you taking your time to even on all these invites today.
On
And
that, sorry to cut you. When you say people not taking information, that depends. Some people are actually very lazy. Some people, you give them the link and everything, and they're telling you to break it down. Excuse me?
Yeah, I know, right?
Have you gone through the link I sent you first? Like, go through this link and let us have a conversation. And then it's time to have conversation. You have not done anything. No. If you go to a stream to fetch water and you want somebody to help you, you will be the first person to lift the bucket up. Then they will help you put it. So you need to have that passion. For me, if you approach me and like, oh, you need to do IELTS, and you don't get back to me, I would not be the person pushing you. So you need to be.
How did you prepare for it? Did you get sources from YouTube?
Yeah, I used I was using the normal IELTS resources, and then I realized that I had issues with was it the writing, and then I don't know how I stumbled on IELTS list. So I actually read IELTS list a day before I went for the exam. So yeah, that really helped me with my writing. But when it comes to speaking, I did not have much issue. The reading, which is the other one.
Yeah,
I know there are 4. Oh, the listening, yeah. But the writing was, I used IELTS list, and I think I was just lucky enough to have 7 or 2. Just the exact amount, but I used IELTS list, and I know that there are some group now that will help you. Some people prefer PTE, but I really don't understand how that thing works. So yeah.
Good. We're about running the old podcast, the interview, but then we're still talking again and again. But it was a good chat. Next time we would have you again, and we'll continue our questioning. And
My
I hope
pleasure.
you're very busy. I know.
No, there will always be time. There will always be time for you and for humanity.
Thank you.
I hope this touched someone. Get in there, go to the migration site, and do your thing. Yep.
Yeah. All good. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So please tell them to like this and share it for someone who needs it. Tell them.
Okay. Just like we say, don't be stingy with information. So when you're listening to this podcast, right?
Yeah.
You share, you like, and you send to someone, because you don't know who really needs this. So don't be stingy with all this information. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Is it up? Subscribe.
Subscribe. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you. Let's end the podcast now.
My pleasure. Yeah. Bye.